What is up, grade 12 students? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're doing great and keeping safe. Remember to always wash your hands, sanitize, practice social distancing, and most importantly, never stop praying for your safety and well-being. So today is our first official lesson in our subject P and Health. And we're gonna talk about our main topic for the rest of the school year, which is dance. But the highlight of this lesson is the type of dance that we're gonna learn for the whole semester. And as you guys know it is ballroom or dance sports. So we're gonna talk about the uniqueness and nature of dance sports, some definition of terms, and the two dance categories under dance sports. And I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, and without further delay, let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's talk about dance. Last year, we learned the fundamentals of different kinds of sports. This year, it's all about the fundamentals of different kinds of dance. So to start this lesson, first let's figure out what is the definition of dance. So dance is the movement of the body in a rhythmic way, usually to music and within a given space for the purpose of expressing an idea or emotion, releasing energy, or simply taking delight in the movement itself. So first, let us take time to appreciate the beauty of the definition of dance. So dance has rhythm, and when we talk about rhythm, music is usually involved. And also, dance is a form of art. And to be exact, dance is under performing arts. And art is always used in expressing an idea or emotion, or releasing positive or negative energy through something that you do or create. But art is not that simple. It's not all about expressing an idea or your emotions. Art also requires skill. And to acquire that skill, you need to train for it and master it. And the most important thing about art is creativity, your originality or your uniqueness as an individual. You can't just copy other person's work and call it art. It has something out of your own thought or imagination. And that's what makes art beautiful and interesting, because every artwork that you create will always represent you as a person or as an individual. It's okay to be inspired by other artists' work. Just make sure that there are still aspects that highlights your individuality or your uniqueness. Next, this is just a reminder of the type of dances that we're gonna learn for the rest of the school year. And I've mentioned it earlier in our subject orientation. So for the first semester, we're gonna learn ballroom or dance sports. And in second semester, it's all about hip-hop and cheer dance. Now let's talk about ballroom, since this is the type of dance that we're gonna learn this semester. And quick history about ballroom. Ballroom is a type of social dance. And from its name, ballroom, it is usually done in a ball, which is a grand event, which is held by rich people. And only rich people can attend a ball. So back in those days, only rich people knows how to do ballroom dancing. It used to be a rich people thing. Payaman. Now anyone can learn and do ballroom dancing. Ballroom is even categorized as a sport, hence the name dance sports. Since we're getting there, let's talk about the word ballroom and dance sports. Basically, they're both the same thing, but there's a slight difference. So when we say ballroom, it is a set of partner dances which are enjoyed both socially and competitively. And when we say dance sports, is the term used to describe high-level American style and international style ballroom dancing. So the only difference is how to use those two terms. If you're gonna do ballroom dancing in a social event like a prom, a ball, or a cotillion, the term ballroom dancing or ballroom is more applicable. But if you're gonna do ballroom dancing for a competition or to compete, then it's better to use the term dance sports. Now let's move on to the two categories of ballroom or dance sports. So the two categories are Latin and standard. So I'm gonna show you two pictures and you're gonna guess which one of them is the Latin dance or the standard dance. I'm just gonna move this way. Alright. So there you go. So from these two pictures, can you guess which of them or what is the Latin or the standard dances? So are you ready? This is the answer. There you go. So the first picture is the standard dance and the second picture is the Latin dance. So just by looking at their picture, you can already tell the nature of these two dances, right? First, look at the picture of standard dances. As you can see, they are more formal, they are more graceful. And when you look at Latin dances, as you can observe, they are more sensual. It is more emotional. It is more passionate. Sorry, I have to cut the video because bigla na lang umulan ng malakas. So, I apologize in advance if you can hear some noises in the background. So, going back, to understand these two categories, let us know what are the 5 dances that are under them. First, let's talk about standard dances. And the 5 dances under standard category are Waltz, Tango, Foxtrot, and Viennese Waltz. So just like I've said earlier, standard dances or the standard category is all about being formal, gracefulness, and elegance. So to understand what I'm saying, I suggest that you click those links down below so you can see examples of these dances and have a better visualization with their characteristics. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pause this video and go to those links down below and watch the examples of these 5 dances. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go anywhere, I promise. We can continue the lesson after you've watched those videos. Okay, so again, you're gonna pause this video. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, pause. I said pause. Okay, so are you done? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Did you know what I mean? Okay, so now let's talk about the characteristics of these dances. First, let's talk about Waltz and Viennese Waltz. So these two are basically the same. Their only difference is their tempo. When we say tempo, this is the speed of the beat or the dance itself. And if you've watched the videos, obviously Viennese Waltz has a faster tempo than Waltz. But again, the movements and footworks are basically the same. So about their characteristics, it's hard to put into words when I try to describe their characteristics. So I'll just tell it to you through my experience. And my experience while dancing Waltz or Viennese Waltz is so surreal. It's like I'm in a Disney movie and me and my partner are like a prince and a princess. Especially when we're in the zone of dancing and we're feeling the music, we're swaying through the music. It's a fun and a lovely experience because you'll feel a sudden change in the atmosphere. And just like I've said earlier, it's like being in a Disney movie. Now let's move on to Tango. So as you can see in Tango, there is sharpness in their movements. Their moves are sharp and quick and sudden. And the tempo is not actually faster than Waltz or Viennese Waltz. It just looks faster because the movements are sharper. Because the characteristics of Tango is that it's all about fierceness. It's all about authority. So earlier, I've mentioned that back in the days, ballroom is for rich people only. So it kind of represents having the superiority of being a royalty or simply being rich. Next, we have Foxtrot. And the characteristic of Foxtrot is all about imitating a fox couple. Have you ever seen a fox couple? how they interact with each other. Fox are actually very romantic animals because if you ever saw a fox couple, you would see them running around in circles. You would actually see them cuddling with each other and playing with their tails and sleeping together. So Foxtrot is all about imitating those behaviors of a fox couple. And last but not the least is the quick step, which is also the fastest dance among the standard dances. And as you can see on the video, the music is upbeat, the tempo is very fast, and the footwork is crazy quick. So these are the 5 dances together with their characteristics under the standard category. Now let's move on to the Latin dances. So these are the 5 dances under the Latin category. We have Rumba, Cha-Cha, Paso Doble, Samba, and Jive. And just like I've said earlier, the Latin category, it's all about emotion. It's all about being sensual, being intimate and passionate. And to better understand what I'm saying, once again, you're gonna watch those links down below. So you're gonna pause this video and you're gonna go to those links. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, pause. So are you done? How was it? Did you enjoy it? I bet you enjoyed it, especially for the boys. So now let's talk about the characteristics of these dances. First, let's talk about Rumba. So Rumba is known as the dance of love. And as you can see from the video, it's like the dancers are really in love with each other, even though it's all part of the performance. It's all an act. And the love story is really there. They show that they are really in love with each other, and there are parts that look like they are fighting or having a lover's quarrel. So once again, Rumba, the dance of love, is all about telling a love story. Now let's talk about Cha-Cha or Cha-Cha-Cha. Rumba and Cha-Cha has the same fundamental skills or basics. The only difference is that in Cha-Cha, we use the chasse step. You can see the footwork from the video. You're not gonna miss it. It's like when their feet go cha-cha-cha, 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 just like that. So to explain it simply, Cha-Cha is like this. So we have Rumba, and then you add the chasse step, and then you add a faster tempo, and then boom, you got Cha-Cha. Next we have Paso Doble, or in English, double step. Paso Doble is the counterpart of Tango in the standard category because you can see the sharpness in the movements of the dancers. And the characteristic of Paso Doble is all about imitating a matador or bullfighting. So the female dancer represents the bull and the male dancer represents the matador. And then next we have Samba, and if you've watched the video of Samba, you can see a lot of hip movements and a fast tempo, upbeat music because the characteristics of Samba is all about imitating or representing African carnivals or festivals. And last but not least is the Jive, which is the counterpart of quick step in the standard category. It is also the fastest dance among the Latin category dances. And just like quick step, it has upbeat music, faster tempo, and crazy quick footwork. So those are the 5 dances under the Latin dance category together with their characteristics. Now let's move on to the benefits and uniqueness of ballroom dancing or dance sports. So first, let's talk about its benefits. And the benefits of dance sports is the same with other kinds of dances. And since dancing is a form of physical activity, doing it will improve your overall physical fitness. Aside from that, dancing or ballroom dancing enhances your memory, alertness, awareness, and focus. And it is also a good exercise for your brain because dancing or ballroom dancing is not as simple as moving your body with the music. There's a lot of thinking involved in any kind of dancing. And to give you example, number 1, you'll have to create or think of a choreography. Number 2, you'll have to memorize those steps. And number 3, you'll also have to think on how to properly execute those steps. And the act of simultaneously thinking while moving will eventually improve your coordination and balance. And last but not the least, dancing or any kind of art will encourage your creativity and self-expression. So these are the benefits of ballroom dancing. Same goes to any other kinds of dances. Now let's proceed to the uniqueness of ballroom dancing. Number 1, ballroom dancing is a dance that is done by couples or by pair. So normally in a ballroom competition, participants are always by pair. No more, no less. Next is the footwork. When we start to learn the fundamental skills in ballroom dancing, you will then understand the uniqueness of the footwork in ballroom or dance sports. And last but not the least is the technicalities or mechanics of dance sports. Since dance sports is always done by pair, the mechanics and technicalities in dance sports are more strict or more accurate than any other kinds of dances. It is all about precision in techniques and consistency. And the most vital or the most important part of the technicalities in dance sports is the timing. So timing is all about moving with the beat or music or being in rhythm. And if the dancer is off beat or out of rhythm, it will be an automatic 0 in the judges or the adjudicator's scorecard. And keep in mind that I'm gonna apply that mechanics or technicality in our practical examinations. It means timing is everything. But don't you worry, because I will always make sure that you are well prepared and equipped before doing practical examinations. So that is it for today's lesson about dance and ballroom dancing or dance sport. And before we end this with our closing segment, first let me remind you of the thing that I always say to you last year. And that is, if you ever find an opportunity to try something new in your life, never hesitate on grabbing that opportunity. Because once again, trying something new will always lead to new discoveries and new experiences. And it is also a good time to explore your own capabilities. Malay nyo, di ba? Kasi ngayon magta-try tayo ng dance. And malay mo, ngayon mo lang malaman na pang-dance ka pala talaga, di ba? Always keep that in mind, especially now that you're in your youth. Never limit yourself in any kinds of negative thoughts. Always stay positive and always stay curious, because that is how you'll learn and that is how you'll mature in life. Alam ko narinig niyo na yung quote na to eh. Curiosity killed the cat. Pero kulang kasi yon, kulang yung quote na yon. The complete quote goes like this. Curiosity killed the cat, but its discovery brought it back to life. So, tama na yun. Now, let's go to our closing segment called the Health Trends. Hello again guys, and welcome back to our segment called the Health Trends. And you know how this thing goes, we share different kinds of fun facts and trivias about our subject PE and health. And for today's fun fact and trivia is, did you know why movies and cinemas always serve popcorns as their snacks? Well, originally, movie theaters didn't allow food and beverages inside the cinemas until the early 1900s. And in that case, street vendors started to take advantage of the situation and started to sell popcorns alongside the cinemas. And the reason why popcorns became so popular is that, aside from being delicious, they are also cheap. That is the reason why popcorns became the default snack inside the movie theaters. And in addition, popcorns are also one of the most healthiest snacks that you can eat. Popcorns are rich in vitamin B, iron, iodine, potassium, and they are very rich in fiber. Lately, I've been seeing some posts on social media saying that movie theaters should serve French fries instead of popcorns. And as a health educator, I respectfully disagree. It's not that I don't like French fries, I do love French fries. But if you compare French fries to popcorns, well, popcorns are cheaper and healthier. And that's it for today's health trends. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.